Here we go again for a new series of interview on our Cigre TV set, so follow us. Hi everyone and welcome on Cigre TV. Today we are with a woman, yes, there are women in the Cigre, and we are with Milena Ramos-Suarez. Hello Milena.
Hello, hello.
Thanks
Nice
for being
to be
with
here.
us. Milena, Siemens Energy plays an important role in driving the energy transition. What are the business area grid technologies activities on the most important market trends, demand growth of electricity, electrification, decarbonization, and digitalization?
Well, as you said, the energy transition is a critical challenge of the society at the moment. And there are lots of activities and challenges that we need to tackle. It's about the decarbonization, it's about of the complexity of the grids that are increasing with the introduction of the renewables to it. And when grid technologies is involved, we try to bring solutions for this. So connecting the renewables to it via offshore or onshore wind, via HVDC solutions. We also support the stability of the grids via effects and grid stabilization solutions. We also want to support the whole digitalization of the grid. The complexity needs to be reduced via digitalization. And everything needs to work. So after it's installed, it has to work for 30, 40 years. Yeah. And here is where service has a crucial part to make it reliable and that it's working for a long time on a very reliable way.
Thanks, that's very clear. You mentioned also the increase of complexity of power grids. On top, the infrastructure in most areas of the world is challenged by its aging products and solutions. You are the head of Grid Technologies Service. How are you tackling all those challenges?
Well, there are two things. In order to have all these investments and these new technologies and grids being reinforced, you need to make sure that whatever is there, it's working. And this is normally not in the minds of people. So this is the focus of service. We need to make sure that the aging infrastructure is reliable and working. And this we do by lots of activities, from preventive maintenance, from corrective maintenance, and most important, extension of life and refurbishment, so that the assets that are getting old can really be reliable and work for a longer time. And the second part is on the new investments. What we want to make sure is that we just don't install them and let them go, but that they are, since the beginning, with a maintenance concept, preventative maintenance, so that we avoid mistakes, failures, and issues to happen by taking care of them on a very careful way.
Okay, and Siemens Energy has been participating at the Cigre session for years now. What is the impact of your participation at this session at Cigre?
Well, there is a lot going on, from 2 gigawatts offshore HVDC connections to smaller stuff, but that really creates a lot of innovation. So we recently are bringing solutions for the digitalization of the grid with grid pools integration, but also solutions for the e-mobility, for instance. We have a recent partnership with REN, where we bring a very easy and simple connection for e-mobility charging in roads with a direct connection from high voltage solutions. So it's very interesting. I would like people to come to our booth to see, but also digital brain and robots that help us on the inspection and evaluation of the installed assets and help our services activities to be more effective and easier.
Thank you very much for this interview with many details of your product and services, and I hope you will have a great session this year. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Hello and welcome on Cigre TV with our new guest for a new interview today, and we are with Marta Valescudero. Hello.
Hello, Fanny.
Thank you, Marta, for being with us. As you have been the chair of study committee C4, the study committee for power system technical performance, for 2 years, and you are re-elected for 2 more years. congratulations about that.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for having me here.
You're welcome. And could you please tell us how was these past 2 years as a chair of this committee?
Well, good question. There were 2 years that were challenging, but they were also very rewarding, very satisfying. I'm very delighted that I have created a team of very good supporting experts around me, and they're helping me around the way. It's been a steep learning curve, but it's been very satisfying, very good.
Okay. And to know more your work in details, what is the work of the study committee C2 on a daily basis? C4, sorry, C4. And what is its aims goal?
So what C4, if I can give you an analogy of what this study committee is about, imagine that you have a football team with the best players in the world.
I imagine.
And they are very good at what they do, but in order for this team to be a high-performance team and to win matches, it needs a very good coach that makes them work as a team. So Study Committee C4 is the coach of the power system that makes all the single components, all these wind farms, all these generators, transformer lines to work together in harmony. And that's what we are, the big coach.
Thanks for the explanation. You have been evolving at Airgrid as innovation team lead and now future operation team lead for several years. How was the impact of your career on your position as a chair at Cigre on this committee C4?
So it's been a very interesting journey, and both my professional career and my involvement with Cigre have gone in parallel. So within Airgrid, in my current employee, I have gone through different positions, all very technical and all very related to the work that I was doing in Cigre. So I was learning, developing technical skills and bringing it back to the organization. So now I got into the next level, which is management and the technical skills that support my position. Now I'm bringing leadership skills that are also practicing within Cigre. So they're very much interrelated and in parallel.
Thank you very much for being with us, and I wish you a good more 2 years as a chair. Thank you, Marta.
Thank you very much, Fanny.
Hi everyone and welcome on Cigre Tv for new interviews with two guests. There are two with us today, and welcome to Nenad and Nicolas. Welcome. Thanks for being with us. Nenad, I will begin with you as you have been the chair of Study Committee A3, the committee about transmission and distribution equipment for 6 years. Could you please tell us how did your term go?
Yeah, so the real question is how did the term go to the community of A3, because they'll tell how we've done, and then also to secretary and our wives, because they didn't see us a lot during this time, you know. So, but basically the improvement I think I've done in last 6 years was one on improving the collaboration. And that means that now it's A3 community is more integrated with other study committees. We're also more integrated with IEEE. We're also more integrated with IEC. And the reason being is because you cannot just develop the equipment in silos. You need to work with other communities to develop better equipment. So another one is improving the access to our, like sometimes Cigre is referred as the old boys club, and young people are actually intimidated to come in. And now we developed the whole NGN, we're developing the communication, and basically then we are more reachable. And the last one was how to attract people. As you know, we're like on war on talent. You know, we don't have enough people in our industry, and then how to find the experts that are volunteers to work. It's hard. So, for example, we start utilizing LinkedIn more, and we, for the last working group, 50% of the people that are the working group members came through LinkedIn.
Okay, so you have to make more interviews to attract more people.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, it looks like we need to get on cameras more. Yeah.
Thank you. And Nicolas, congratulations for your new role.
Thank you.
How did you receive the news?
Oh, it was last session. I was asked, fully unexpected. I was asked by Ninette if I could be one of the candidates. Big honored, first reaction, worried, the second one immediately. And I still remember I watched Frank Richter, the secretary.
I'm not sure to accept.
And if it happens, are you going to be there? Because I need you.
Okay.
And then I asked internally in the company to get the support, and I was happy they guarantee me to, because this is important. It's an important commitment. Yes, and I could not imagine after more than 20 years I'm active in Cigre. Thanks to my former boss, Franzile, very famous in Cigre world, who brought me here. And I'm really, really happy that it happened. I will give my best.
Super great. And to know more the work of the studio committee A3, Nenad, could you explain us what is the work on a daily basis and what is its same goal?
Yeah, so it really, the answer is it depends, and it depends on the time, right? So we're typically working around the events. So in the last 18 months, we've been concentrated on Cigre Paris. So last 6 months, it was mainly working on, getting the papers, reviewing, doing the special report, getting all the people, contributions and all of that. But then in addition to this, you have to worry about or plan next year. Next year, we have 2 symposiums, we have a colloquium. And then on the top of that, we have all the ongoing working groups, publishing reports, new working groups, and recruiting.
Don't time to lay down. Huh? You are so many work.
That's why we, say thanks to our wives.
Yeah. And now, as you are the new chair, you will have so many works to do to follow all these things. What are the 3 most important actions that you would like to take in place?
I think continuing what Nenda started, I think it is crucial to improve the collaboration with regulatory bodies, to understand the new rules, new guideline, SS6 free, green impact, and collaboration with standardizational body, IEEE, and for sure improve the collaboration also with medium distribution and transmission. So traditionally Cigre is a transmission people, and distribution are still there, but working more together I think is required, because what is required by the time being is a new great configuration, and with the new need of energy, new requirements from the world, it is important that the new grid has, we talk to each other very well, and Cigre can offer this. Can offer a neutral room, a neutral place where manufacturer, utility, independently from which manufacturer, can confront to each other, can discuss, can dispute, but at least you can do it instead of having its own mindset. Huh?
Okay. And to conclude this interview, Nenad, I would like to know memorable moments that you have in your memory in Cigre, if you have 1 or 2 moments that you would like to share with us.
So Cigre is all about a community and people, right? So we do great work, we are volunteers, we produce great documents, and there is a good pride in it. Memorable moments are always, if I go back and reflect, it's with the people. It is no rank, no judgment, no envy. It is really good to be in this community. And then you do hard work, but you play hard. So we've danced at so many different events.
Okay.
We danced in Greece. We danced in Brazil. We danced in my house. I have a disco. And the TC committee was there, and we danced. And those are the things that
That's
it's
great.
not only right. So it's not just that you remember, but the community remembers.
Okay.
So that always will stay in my heart.
Okay, great. So
we have to
this
learn
is
dancing,
good.
yeah?
It's a good life. Yeah. Thank you very much, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello and welcome on Cigre TV with our new guest this morning, and welcome to Michael Kobza.
No, thank you for having me.
Thanks for being with us today. So Canada is hosting a Cigre Symposium at the end of September next year on 2025.
Yes.
What could the audience expect next year?
Well, they could expect it to be a very large symposium. We have out of the 16 committees that we have in Cigre, 10 have selected Montreal. We figured there'll be 1,500 people there, so about a third the size of the Paris conference. It'll be very, very, very big. In addition to those study committees, we also have our regular annual Cigre Canada event that we have, and that'll be happening at the same time. So those two together will make it a very big event. And in addition to that, I just want to say that the city of Montreal, they can expect to have a great time in Montreal. It's a very, very cultured city. It has French is the official language in Montreal, but you'll do very well
That's
in
great
English.
for me.
Yes. If you don't happen to speak French, you'll do fine. But it has a food culture and a patio culture, and it's a very walkable city. Again, like a mini Paris.
Yeah, it's very cosmopolitan.
Yeah, I think people will enjoy it.
Okay, great. And what is the main focus of the symposium, especially when we know in a time where energy transition is the center of attention, we could say worldwide?
Well, this conference is not going to have a theme. It is going to take the flavors of the 10 study committees that we'll be hosting then, and this might be a good time to list what study committees are going to be coming, and I'll just list them off. There's too many I haven't committed into memory, so excuse me for reading. A1, A2, A3, B2, B3, B4, C1, C3, C5, and C6. And in addition to that, the IEC is going to be sending their ultra-high voltage group to Montreal to do some of their work, and the technical committees will be all arriving with their entourage. It'll become a very big event when we add all those together.
Okay, thank you for all these explanations. Yeah. And were there any challenges you had to face while organizing the symposium?
Yes. Well, once we began to do all the numbers, we realized we could not do this in one hotel as we traditionally do. We had to contract a convention center and then get hotel blocks with adjoining hotels in the area. Very fortunately, we found a Palais de Congrès. It's also called in Montreal, coincidentally,
okay.
Yes.
Good
and
to know.
It's located right between modern Montreal and old Montreal. Very walkable, both locations. If you come, do not rent a car. You'll be walking everywhere.
Thank you. And where can we find you at the station? Where can people find some more information about the symposium in Montreal next year?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. We have a booth here on level 1. It's booth P36A, and there's an attendant there. I'll be there on and off through the course of the week to answer whatever questions. But when you registered, you would have received one of these handed to you or in your bag. You fill out the back, and it is a draw we're having for a free flight to Montreal. So pop over. I'd like to say hello if anybody pops by the booth, and we'd like to tell you more about Montreal and the symposium.
Thank you very much. We'll be happy to see you in Montreal next year. Thank you for being with us this morning, and enjoy the Cigre session 2024 here in Paris too.
Thanks for having me. All right, thanks.
Montreal makes every stay feel like more. If this city was a color, it would be a rainbow with every shade imaginable. If it was a flavor, it would be sweet, spicy deliciousness. If it was a place, it would be something charming, unexpected, and easy to get to. And if it was a feeling, it would feel something like this. That's why, when it comes to your stay, Montreal makes it more.
The scope for Study Committee C2 covers technical, human resource, and institutional aspects related to system security and performance. The ongoing energy transition is driving the addition of weather-sensitive and energy-limited resources in the grid. The demand for electricity is also rising due to digitalization of the transport sector and addition of new class of bulk consumers like electrolyzers and data centers. These were the key areas of discussion of Study Committee C2 this year, and we received more than 55 papers from 33 countries on these aspects. There were 2 preferential subjects which were covered by 2 special reporters. The session was chaired by Jamie, and the 2 special reporters, Mr. Ronan from United Kingdom and myself, and along with us, we had our secretary, Flavio from Brazil. So during the discussions, we went through and deliberated different operational experiences to enhance the operational resilience of power system against emerging threats. We discussed on the various methodologies, various strategies that are being adopted in different countries to address the emerging challenges and to identify the future way ahead to enhance the resilience of power system. As we go along, this study committee would continue to exchange ideas, to share knowledge, and disseminate it to the larger community, because power system is something which affects everyone, it affects the quality of life, and it's very important for the economic growth of all nationalities.
This is the first time we are putting up a stall, and we feel that Europe is the hub of all the sustainability initiatives globally.
There is a lot of important companies here. It's really gather most of the companies from the sector.
There's a learning I take back home. I would be in a better position to expand my business in years to come.
As you've seen today, we discuss with different chairs of study committees. See you for the next sessions with other guests.